This is Fox 49 News at 6:30.
And tonight we're following the aftermath of deadly flooding across the Ozarks. Thanks for joining us here at 6:30. I'm Mike Landis.
And I'm Lauren Barnes. We're kicking off tonight's show with team coverage. Fox 49 crews are out in the community covering the deadly repercussions of last night's storms and others who remain missing at this hour. In just a few minutes, we'll also meet up with meteorologist Savannah Tennyson to find out what is still to come.
First, two young men are dead after rushing floodwaters swept their vehicle away from a low-water crossing in Wright County. In an exclusive interview tonight, Fox 49 is speaking with a passenger in that car who escaped, only to learn hours later that his friend and brother had drowned. Our Ashley Eddy is live from State Route M west of Grove Spring, where this all happened. Ashley.
Well, you can see, and you might be able to even hear just how quickly this water is rushing here behind me. The man tells me he and his friends were coming from Springfield around midnight. When they went over this hill, their car was hit by water and quickly swept away.
I wrapped around a tree, and after I wrapped around the tree, I stood there and I just made a quick prayer. I was like, please just let us all live, Lord, please. And the water was up to my chin, and the current had my legs going sideways. It was pulling me so hard.
Just hours after his life changed forever, Preston Holt is sharing his story with us. Preston says 5 people were in the car when it was swept away by floodwater. He says everyone climbed out of the car trying to get to safety. During this time, Preston says his phone was submerged in water, but somehow he managed to make a call for help. Preston was able to get to safety, but 2 others did not. The Missouri State Highway Patrol says Preston's brother, 20-year-old Devin Holt from Grove Spring, and 19-year-old Alex Ranelli from Springfield were found dead.
5 hours later, they found my brother dead. And then 9 hours later, they found Alex dead. I tried to get sleep last night, and every time I closed my eyes, I'd hear him screaming, and I would picture them all looking at me, reaching their hands out for me to grab them, and I just couldn't reach them.
First responders worked through the early morning hours to locate the victims. Reporting in Wright County, Ashley Eddy, Ozarks First.
Heartbreaking. Thank you for that, Ashley. Reports of downed trees and power lines in the city of Ozark are still coming in after those storms. Fox 49's Parker Padgett live tonight there in Christian County with the latest. Parker, what are you seeing there tonight?
Yeah, Mike, I'm in Ozark, just north of the historical Ozark Square, and you might find a couple of these on the ground, and that's because there's a trampoline in this pine tree. Now, it's been there for several hours today, and it's just an idea of how powerful this storm was last night. The assistant fire chief in Ozark says between 8 p.m. and 8 a.m., the department got nearly double the calls they get on an average night. I'm told the Ozark Fire Protection District had conversations about beefing up staffing to keep up with the need. We caught up with workers trying to cut down limbs on power lines who tell me they've been working since the early morning hours all over Ozark. The biggest concerns firefighters tell me are about flooding or trees in the roadway potentially slowing down response times. The assistant chief says they've had to deal with hazardous road conditions as they respond to calls.
We had a mixture of electrical calls where trees were down on the power line, so we had to cut some trees down away from it, or had the power company come in to take care of them. A couple of medicals, a few fire alarms set off by storms or power outages or something like that. We didn't have any rescues or anything out of the ordinary.
Owen says drivers should be cautious with any water covering roadways. Reporting live in Ozark, Parker Padgett, Ozarks First.
All right, thanks for that update tonight, Parker. Now to Shell Knob, and where the Central Crossing fire crews were dispatched to a car that was stuck in flood water there. One person trapped inside that vehicle. Members of the Swift Water team got the person out safely. That individual was not hurt. The rain has calmed down, but there are still flooding concerns tonight. Taking a look here at the MoDOT road conditions. A lot of those area roads remain closed at this hour because of water running over the tops. Most of those closures, if you can see here on the map, are south of Springfield. Quite a few around the Branson area, around Stone and Taney counties as well, and several more right around the Wright areas as well to the east and south of Springfield. Of course, a reminder tonight from law enforcement, turn around, don't drown. It only takes about a foot of water to sweep a vehicle right off the roadway.
And the search continues for a woman stranded in Webster County at the Finley River crossing on State Route Z. Law enforcement received a call around 10:30 last night about 3 people stuck in these floodwaters. I spoke to the family who first dialed 911.
We didn't have signals, so we had to get in the car and back it up, but we yelled at them and told them we were calling 911. The further we waded out to the water, the more I realized that getting across it was not an option. I don't know what has happened to your mom, but we're very sorry. We wish we could have done more.
Teresa and her 2 daughters tried to help those 2 people get out safely before first responders arrive, and now that driver remains missing. Fox 49 Sydney Moran live there in Webster County sharing the latest on rescue efforts. Sydney.
Well, around 1, crews moved locations so they could try to get a boat in the water as they battled high water levels and debris upstream. But as of this evening, the efforts to find that missing mom are unsuccessful.
This is one of many that we respond to.
All day Friday, the Missouri State Highway Patrol and Webster County Sheriff's Office were focused on water rescues following heavy rainfall across the Ozarks.
This particular area, we've had several different incidents over the years that the vehicles washed away.
The area Webster County Sheriff Roy Cole is talking about is the Finley River crossing on State Route Z.
It's the actual power of water is beyond what most people can comprehend.
The water levels receded throughout the day, but both agencies faced issues when it came to getting into the water.
The part of the state that we're in with the low-lying areas, the tributaries that run into our rivers that run into the lakes, virtually look the same, even though we're going to have a different amount or type of debris that's going to hinder those efforts and cause us to maybe have to delay at times.
Some of our equipment flies, obviously, and with the FLIR units that seek heat that we use, sometimes we weren't able to get them up because of the weather.
First responders say this time of year, water rescues are common.
Well, this is something that occurs every spring. So we're no stranger to this, but each one presents different challenges depending on the body of water.
If you're not 100% sure, you need to turn around. It gets out of your control faster than you think.
For every water rescue, crews search until they find the person they're looking for, even if it means staying out all day and night. Sergeant McClure says there was also a dog in the car. The dog escaped, and crews were able to get it back to safety. Reporting in Webster County, Sydney Moran, Ozarks First.